Hello everyone, Opirian here with Soul Zero. Before we get into Soul Zero, some of you, okay maybe none of you, are wondering what a soul is. Simply put, a soul is a term used by planetary astronomers to refer to the duration of a solar day on Mars. A Martian solar day, or sol, is 24 hours, 39 minutes, and 35.244 seconds. Yes, I read that directly off of Wikipedia. As for Sol Zero, it is simply put as the day any mission lands on Mars. So Sol Zero will be day 1. Pretty simple, I think. Anyways, let's get into Sol Zero. Alrighty, let's just hop right into a game. I'm not going to bother with astronaut training, because I know how to play the game well enough, I think, as I have several population centers of okay. What we're going to do is we're going to overwrite my best colony so far. We're going to generate some terrain, and actually, that looks like some pretty good terrain right there. Actually, now it's pockmarked with craters. Let's generate some terrain. I want a good balance of everything, but I want more water than anything else. If we can colonize this northern portion, we can spread out everywhere else. So let's go ahead and play with this world. Alright, most people I've seen play, which is all 2 people play Sol Zero, usually send up a small rover with a forklift and then food and water to give themselves a bit of a head start. I like to get a landing pad as quickly as possible because the ability to just send a crap ton of supplies up is very beneficial. So we are going to send a rover because we do need to find water. That is a fact. But we're not going to bother with the forklift just yet. Instead, we're going to send up probably 10 crates of supplies and 100 units of both food and water. I'm going to let you guys watch the first rocket launch. Which then transitions into a loading screen. Alrighty. First things first is you always want to slow down your game time, because if your souls tick away no matter what you're doing. Alright, all these boulders here are randomly generated, and I do plan on getting rid of them. But I think we are going to start up here in this northern area. We're going to land on these side of the boulders, and we're instantly going to deploy our rover. Now this part's probably going to be the most boring part, having our rover scan. But we're going to have it just go route mode. I said we're going to have it go route mode. Alright, first things first is we discovered ore right underneath our lander. I'm going to go ahead and path around to this boulder because rovers will get stuck on boulders. Surprising enough, they're not smart enough to move out of the way. First things first, though, is we want to find water, so we don't have to constantly keep sending it up with our astronauts. Alright, we found some gypsum. Gypsum is useful for, well, gypsum and clay are useful for making plants in the biology lab. In the biology lab, you can produce farms. With farms, you can produce pretty yielding crops. And I think we're out of points, so we're just going to go ahead and speed her up. And probably after a bit, I'm just going to take control of the rover and fill in any gaps, and if I have to, find water myself. Because it doesn't look like we're having that much luck. Alright, we have a good ore deposit down here. Well, maybe not good, but it looks decent. Meteorite shower, way over there. Yep, you have to worry about meteorite showers and dust storms destroying your stuff. Of course. Alright, I'm just gonna control it normally. Alright, here we go. This blue stuff here is water. And that's what we want. There's not much water there, but it's more than enough to start with. Ignore the beep beep beep. There's not much I can do about it. It's just the sound the rover makes whenever it moves. Alright, so we have enough water to start with. And down here you can see when we get our next rocket launch, which is at 120 souls. Another dust storm. We're going to want to avoid, not avoid building, but we'll have to be careful about building in these areas. Because we don't want to build and take up all of the ore. There we go. Alright, methane. We'll need methane to send back our main rockets that we'll be sending up later. The ones that will be our heavy builders. Alright, next launch is available, so we're going to go ahead and click that. We found enough water to at least start. Alright, I'm going to send up an astronaut. He's going to go with some food. Probably 100 units of food, 100 units... Wait, do they take more food or water? They take more food. So, 100 units of food. 200 units of... Sorry, 200 units of food. 150 of water. Actually, we'll back off the food by 50, and we'll throw in a forklift. And then we have no room for crates. Yeah, these supply crates are very useful. Yeah, we'll just drop the forklift. We'll send it up with the next bunch. We'll add on 10 more crates and 50 more units of food and water. Alright, we'll go and launch. We don't need to see that again. And of course, first things first is we're going to bring it down. We'll bring up science mode again so we can see where we're landing. And we'll land... Could probably want to build the landing pad somewhere in this area. So we'll land here. Our astronaut will be a very busy person. In this case, a very busy woman. Alright, first things first is we are going to want to build a water cryo tank. Go ahead and speed her up a bit. Now, some people are probably going, oh my god, you didn't send up a, you didn't send up anything. Oh, I almost forgot. We need power. If we don't have power, we don't get water. So we're going to go ahead and build out a solar panel and then a water tank. And then after that, we'll probably get some food production going, so at least this astronaut is self-sustainable. Pretty interesting, if I do say so myself. And we should probably, while the astronaut is moving, we're going to move our rover over. Rover. And have them just explore this bit right here. Just make sure they go around the crater. Alright, our astronaut has delivered the crate. We'll just leave the rover to explore for a bit. I'll probably have to issue it some more commands later. Hey, we have some more water. Not much. We're going to want to find a much better source of water, and soon. Alright, move it. Alright, we have water. Now we're going to want to, let's see, we have 16 crates. So we're going to want to... Yes, I know, I need to unload with astronauts or forklifts. we're going to want to build something quick and sloppy. So we're going to build a 4-way hallway, which right now we have nothing to worry about. So we're gonna build out that 4-way hallway. Alright, we're generating 5 water, so we're good on water for now. I think first things first though, I'm going to want to build another solar panel. Probably going to move all solar panels up here to be my solar farm. But now we're going to need food. There's no way around that. We need food. So we have greenhouses. Luckily, there's a nice spot here for the greenhouse. Mind you, none of this plan is permanent, because permanently planning, it's kind of impossible to do when you are struggling for life. One greenhouse is capable of supporting 1 astronaut or 2 colonists. Problem is with colonists you can only send them up in groups of 4. It's kind of annoying, but also kind of understandable. But you can't convert astronauts to colonists or colonists to astronauts. I don't know if that makes sense. I guess the astronauts have more training? Who knows? Alright, we found a good chunk of ore. This is a minor pocket of methane, it looks like. But either way, he's not going to be self-sustainable. Sorry, she is not going to be self-sustainable. We're going to want to get our launch pad, there we go, our launch complex up before the, great, there's a boulder in the way. Luckily, we have straight hallway pieces. We're going to want to get our launch complex up before our next day hits. In fact, we'll probably even go before our next day hits. Now, you'll notice this blinking light here on top of this hallway. This means it has no oxygen. Luckily, we don't have to worry about oxygen right now, because our astronauts are self-capable. I guess they produce their own oxygen or something. Alright, go and grab this last crate. Yep. And I think I'm going to move these boulders eventually, and this will be my solar farm up here. Alright, our rover is doing nothing. We need to give it commands. So we're going to move it this way. I hope I find a better source of water. And my route planning sucks, I know. It worked. It works though. It works. Okay, as you can see down here, we are not dying, which is good. Probably going to send up another astronaut, so we will want to build our food source. Okay, we have our launch wing here. I'm thinking we'll build out our food wing down this way. This area will focus on producing food. Maybe once I bulldoze some of this, we'll get solar panels built up here. And we'll probably build a residential out here in this area. And production up here in this quadrant. I try to plan, but nothing ever goes to plan.
Base, do you read me?
Yes, Base reads you. Alright, we're probably going to go a bit over on our launch window. Our rover has run into a rock. So we're just going to send our rover in a random pattern to teach it a lesson.
Copy.
Yep, you can go over your launch window and not have to worry about losing any... I guess you lose potential?
Base, do you read me?
But you don't get punished for not immediately taking your launch. Either way, we only have one crate left to deliver. I think the only issue is that unless we build up a lot of methane pumps, we're not going to be getting the big rocket back off planet anytime soon. Okay, now that we have the big rocket, we're going to do it as planned. We're sending up an astronaut. We're going to send up a bunch of food. We're going to send up a max quantity of supplies if we can. Yep, we need to get rid of those boulders, so we're going to send up a bulldozer. That should help. We'll send up... Seems like I get one or the other. Well, okay, we'll send up 5 crates. I can probably build food sources quick enough. Yet we don't need the forklift right now. I'd rather have more astronauts. Not astronauts. I'd rather have more supplies. We'll bring it down to 10 crates of supplies. Throw in some food and water as planned. And we'll go ahead and launch like this. And we'll skip that. Alright. We have our astronaut buddy, and we have our bulldozer which just ran over astronaut buddy. We are not currently capable of supporting colonists. So what we're going to want to do is just beep beep all these rocks out of the way, because they are taking up precious floor space. We'll just move them over here because we can use them later for the geology lab. And then turn around. Come on, move the boulder. Move the boulder. And we'll go around. If I was on an ice area, there would be a lot less boulders. In fact, I don't think there are any boulders, but there are more ice lakes. You know what? There we go. Moving these boulders is kind of a pain, but it is very doable. Alright. You can go sit over here. We're going to slow things down. We're going to bring back up our science mode. Tell our rover to explore again, and we're going to route. And you can explore up here. And I'm done with you for now. We have an astronaut.
Copy.
Who's not actually dead.
Copy.
Okay, we have 13 crates of supplies. I think we can get a good start here. Dust storm in a minute. If it takes out my solar panel, that is not good. Bulldozer, get out of there. I'm going to need an oxygen generator. We can get this place pre-pressurized for a colonist. And we need to remember not to expand too far. And you, my astronaut friend, you are going to build a 4-way stop.
Copy. Space, do you read
Just
me?
grab crates from that
Space,
side
do
of
you
the
read me?
thing. I wish they would just proceed to the nearest side and grab a crate.
Command.
Alright, I'm going to have you build a greenhouse. And you, my friend, are going to have to build another solar panel.
Space, do you read me?
You, go grab a crate. Stop being lazy. I think the next thing we're going to build will probably be
Space, do you read me?
a methane tank. That way we can refuel this guy and get it off our planet. Alrighty. If we expand too far, we will get the message that our colony is too big to be supported by our people. Alright, you go finish the greenhouse. Wherever my other astronaut went, there you were. Please go maintain this solar panel. Bulldozer, move stuff. That's what you do. Don't move it into the crater. There we go. Yep, moving on to the gypsum pile, that works.
Base, do you read me?
And here is our basic little colony. We're actually going to go ahead and open up these airlocks so we can get this place pressurized. And we desperately... Ooh, look at all that methane. Oh, I know where we're building our first methane stack. You go over there.
Command. Base,
Astronaut
do you read
1
me? Copy.
and Astronaut 2. Yep, there we go. Your colony is too big to support. When you get this little exclamation, that means that you'll start having things like random fires and basically stuff breaks.
Copy.
We're going to want to build that methane tank so we can get our big rocket out of here sooner. We're probably going to send up one small rocket. And that will be hopefully the last small rocket we have to send, because they take up space. I bet most of our water is going to be like down here. Hey, we've discovered gypsum.
Copy. Copy.
Alright, you head back over. Some of our solar panels need maintenance,
Copy.
and we don't want to run out of power.
Base, do you read me?
I like to park astronauts near solar panels. That way they automatically repair solar panels. Oh, more ice. Ooh. Good chunk of water here. Better than what we have. But we're currently sustainable because we are having a positive. There we go. Yeah, we're in the positives. We're not neutral. We're not negative. We're in positive. You there. Yep, there you go. Okay, we have 3 crates left. And our next launch is available. And I think we're actually going to call it here. So, this has been Opirian. I hope to see you guys next time.